What is going on? What is going on, y'all? I'm so excited to be back on live. It's been so long since I've done a live stream with y'all. So I'm super excited, especially for our guest today, Ms. Litty Vuitton. So I'm super excited, y'all. She's an incredible artist out of South Carolina. I've been a fan for a while, and I'm excited for y'all to get a chance to meet her and just learn more about her for yourselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring her on the stream right now. Liddy, you are officially on the stream. Can you hear me okay? Are we good?
I hear you like it's very low. Is there anything I can do in here so I can hear you better?
Yeah, one sec. So let me make sure I'm using the right mic. Is that better? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Okay.
Is that better?
A little. So
A
let me
little?
see if I go to settings on my end. Um, okay. Um,
Okay, how is that?
I hear you a little bit better. I think this is the best it's gonna get.
Okay, let me see. I can try to switch one more time. Let's see. This might be a bit overkill, but I don't know. Hello, 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 hello. Oh no, that's this mic. How's that sound?
That's better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so that might be in my face a little bit. I haven't actually used this mic. This is my little rookie setup. I don't make music, by the way. But I was learning and playing around with some gear, so I guess we're gonna test it out today. How are you, Liddy?
I'm doing swell. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us. I want to make
Thank you for
sure.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to make sure we get a proper introduction. So I feel like your genre of music is honestly, I don't even want to call you a hip hop artist because I feel like that's not fair to put you in that box. And I know your last project was called Cybertrap, if that was the last
Yes.
project, which I honestly feel like is a great way to describe your sound. So go ahead and introduce yourself kind of in the best way Liddy knows how to introduce Liddy.
Okay, well, my name is Litty Vuitton, and pretty much I am a frequency fairy, raising the vibration through the art of noise. So that, that right there kind of puts me in a broader spectrum than per se a rapper or a singer. I'm a multifaceted artist. I do many things. I delve in the technical digital world as well as music. So yeah, I'm just here to create the ultimate creative expression of myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. First of all, I love what you call yourself. What was it? A fairy? What was it? What kind of fairy?
Yes, frequency fairy.
Frequency fairy. I love that. Can you explain that? Did you make that up?
Thank you. Yes, I made that up 2 days ago actually when I
Really?
was changing my bio.
Wow. Okay. So tell us what a frequency fairy is or does.
So a frequency fairy is a woman, a divine being, one who knows herself and knows how to spread love and compassion through her encounters that she encounter every day, whether it's people, places, and things. Just always giving reverence to the divine source that we're all connected to, and just basically expressing myself with love, which therefore raises the vibration of the environment.
I love that. I love that definition
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, that's what's up. Are you from South Carolina or did you kind of like were you just raised there?
Yes, I'm from South Carolina. Originally, I'm Panamanian. My entire family is from Panama. That's in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm from here. Yeah, born and raised.
Cool. 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 And that's really interesting too because I think I would have never guessed that. I don't know how others would like. It would be hard to. I think so often people want to like pin down where an artist is from based on how they sound. It would be so hard
Exactly.
from South Carolina. Um, I was gonna say, can you
Exactly.
talk about that a little bit. Like, I guess one. Let's start with this. sound of music in South Carolina? Like, where did you kind of find your sound compared to the usual kind of scene musically in South Carolina?
Okay, so the music in South Carolina is more like um we have a major variety. I can't even like try to put us in a category. We are just like multifaceted and diverse, just as the rest of big music scenes.
Mm.
I would say how where I feel I stand out at is that I didn't look for inspiration on the outside of around what my city was doing. I took it and created and kind of spent time with myself, and went within to create my sound. So that's why, if you listen to my music, you don't know. You would have to ask, where am I from?
I love that. I swear we just talked about that on one of our podcast episodes not so long ago. But it was like being authentic, like how important it is, like being true to yourself. So many people try to copy what they think is hot or what people like or what sells or what the world likes, and you either end up sounding like other people. Even like at best, you could just sound like somebody. It could make your music very forgettable or whatever. And yeah, you definitely have a very very unique sound. So do you make your own beats and like engineer your own vocals?
I engineer my own vocals. I do not make my own beats. I shop around for beats, but mainly my beats come from in house from my main producer, JPEG. Shout out to JPEG.
Okay.
And yeah, but other than that, I record myself and just taught myself how to engineer my voice.
That's super cool. So how long, okay, so I guess how long have you been in just music in general?
I've been around and involved with music, like actively making songs, since I was 4 years old. But taking it so serious to where it's like, okay, this is what I want to do, it would have to be 2016.
Okay. So okay, quite a while. So have you been also like the entire time doing your own vocals too?
No, when I first started out, the first year I wasn't doing my own vocals. My good friend Goose Rage, shout out to Goose Rage, he heard my sound, he heard one of my songs, and he was just like, let her know I'll record her for free. Like, she just have something. I just
Mhm.
want to connect and link and see what we can make. And so I basically just was just the observer I am. While I was recording with him, I was also simultaneously learning and not even knowing that I was already learning how to engineer my voice just by just paying attention and not just going in there just to record, but actually I'm the person that wants to be in like my hands in every part of my artistry.
So that's interesting. Another thing I'll give you a lot of credit for is like from the time I first heard, because like I think I first heard a song maybe in 2018 on SoundCloud. And then from there, it was like all your sound, like all your music has a really high quality to it. Like, so are you really, like from the beginning, were you really picky about like how everything sounded? Did you already know like the type of sound you wanted, whether it was like the beats or how you wanted your like vocals to be mixed? Did you already know that from the beginning?
Um, I Yeah, I was super picky. Still am. It can be a double-edged sword. Um,
Hmm.
but I really just feel like I have to create when my heart, like when something grasps like that
Yeah.
sound, that right pitch, the right melody.
Mhm.
So it's like not even a perfectionist. I used to feel like it came from just trying to be a perfectionist, but really it's about tapping into that flow, and that's when you be able to make gems that's pretty much timeless, and you
Mhm.
can play it, 10 years from now, and it's still that vibe, and no one can be able to put your sound. They can't dead your sound or try
Mhm.
to leave you. It's like
Yeah.
very futuristic. I would say my sound was very ahead of its time.
Yeah. I feel that especially being like creating when you feel the most inspired. Because I think, and tell me how you feel about it. Like I think every creative kind of goes through that maybe like burst of creativity, but then there's also like those gaps where you're uninspired or maybe like life happens or whatever. So one, I guess, do you go through that? And then two, like how do you keep that or find inspiration during those times?
So I do go through that because we life
Right.
have up and downs, trials and tribulations. So I mean, I feel like when you're outside of the flow, when you're outside of doing things that feed your soul, your purpose, things that feed your creativity, your inner child, that's how you're able to, I find, stay creative, stay in the momentum when you have this love for life naturally. When you get caught up into what the thing that you love to do, and then it turns into a job, or
Mhm.
you feel like entitled to do it because people now, oh, people are expecting me to come crazy every time, hit after hit after hit, and you get into the thing where you don't want to let the people down. So
Mhm.
then you start creating, people be in the studio all day just trying to make that one fire track. And I've never been that type of artist because I know how much, like, how serious it is to stay in your flow. And I was I battled with it for a little bit because upcoming artists, I never really expected to just get all these eyes on me, listeners, so
Mhm.
quickly. It just kind of happened naturally as I was, it was like I was a social butterfly just coming into it all open, not really aware of the dangers of, you know, um, I call them creative vampires that could want to come and
Oh
just
yeah.
be a part of your process, but not for your greatest good.
Oh, for
So
sure.
then that steered me in the wrong direction, and I kind of like was losing that love for music during
Mhm.
the time. So I was losing my creativity. That's why most of my videos, you would see like my ratio of videos and music is just not there. It's like I have way more music than videos, and it's because of that
Mhm.
reason, of just having to stay focused on, okay, why am I making music in the first place?
Mhm.
What can I do to stay creative? So I would
Mhm.
say protecting your energy. Really, when I started protecting my energy and just, okay, no, I don't gotta go over here. I don't want to hang out with you, y'all. Just like start changing my mindset with the people and places and things I was having myself a part of. When I
Mhm.
started to really change my mindset and who I was around, that's when like my love for music started to come back, and I can tap into my flow of what I want to do, and it stopped being like, okay, I gotta make this, I gotta do this because, it's this is like a clockwork, like the game people are getting spit out, chewed.
Mhm.
Like you have
Mhm.
to be able to just make that hit, and I just didn't want to have that mentality that I seen a lot of people around me was having.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up music videos, because that's another thing I wanted to ask you about too. So first of all, love the whole like colorful alien retro aesthetic. Super, super
Thank
dope.
you.
Especially, yeah, especially with like the way your voice is edited too. Sometimes they're like, I say edit, I'm into videos, so like that's probably the wrong word for
No,
vocals.
that's perfect. It's a
But
digital
yeah,
world.
but the effects that match, like the whole vibe, the aesthetic, the sound, the visuals. I was gonna ask you, like, how involved are you with the either directing or like the vision of your videos? Because that's a super important balance, like the video to match the sound, and how much are you involved in like the video piece of it, like the
A
deciding how.
100% of the thing, the 100%. I'm in the
I can tell.
directing.
I can tell.
I'm
I can
like
definitely tell.
co-directing. If I
Hmm.
didn't direct it, I'm co-directing.
Hmm.
I thought it out. I'm seeing the crazy visions, and I'm just aligning with people who takes my vision and just like, oh yeah, we can do this.
Yeah, like it. So have you worked with because like you said, there's not a ton of videos out. So like, have you worked with the same videographer, or have you switched it
No,
up?
I work with different videographers.
Yeah.
My first videographer after my very first home video, I would say, like, because my first video was oh shit, and I got shot by my friend viewer, shout out viewer, in Columbia, South Carolina. Then I got invited to LA to shoot No Clout with Pierre's main videographer,
Oh,
Marco Visuals. So then me and
oh,
Marco tapped in, and I went up there, and then I started shooting with him.
that's
And then
cool.
that led me, it's just like, you just started, the more you go on your journey, the more you meet more people that align, that can take you to
Exactly.
where you got to go, and y'all can
Hmm.
go together. So then I started meeting other, talented people,
Yeah.
who, seen the vision. And once I got out my own way of like, okay, I have to keep working with this person only, and just started just expanding, then
Mhm.
that's when the things were changing. Like the way my visuals it was leveling up.
Yeah. Yes, though. Do you have anything coming up in terms of visuals? Like, are you working on the music videos?
Yes, I'm working on two visuals right now. One for
Nice.
frequency and one for velocity. Velocity I just dropped, so
I
I
was
have
just
those in the
listening
works.
to that before this, and I like that song a lot.
Thank you.
um, All right. So speaking of kind of like this image and everything, who are you influenced by, or who are your biggest influences when you decided kind of how you wanted to brand yourself in sound and everything like that?
Um, my biggest influences, I would say, would be Pharrell first and foremost.
It's a
His
great one.
creativity.
Hmm.
T Pain for just that futuristic sound of digitally manipulating his vocals,
Hmm.
and The Dream because his range and his ability to just shift pitches is just it's like it's godly. So
I love it.
those
Yeah,
would be my
yeah, that's what's
inspirations.
up. That's what's up. Yeah, The Dream is an incredible songwriter too.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was dope. And then what about the name Litty Vuitton? So I know you've answered that in like other interviews, but some people, I think a lot of people, a lot of artists I've met usually go through a couple names or at least a couple rebrands. So did you start off as Litty Vuitton or did you like turn into
I
Litty?
started off as Litty.
Okay,
My sister named me Litty. Shout
okay,
out to Tiana. My sister named me Litty, and then she also, like a year later, added on the Vuitton. She actually gave me both of the names.
that's what's up. So
Yeah.
then, what made you change it? What made you go with like Litty Vuitton instead of Litty? You just liked it better?
What? Just like what made me go Liddy Vuitton instead of just Liddy?
Yeah, yeah.
It was more it fed my soul in another way. It was like Liddy was because I was like the light in the room. I didn't know that's the power I held at the time.
Mm,
That when I came, people just like gravitated towards me. So we would go to functions and clubs, and we would just be the life of the party.
mhm,
And that term was really big back then. 2016,
mhm,
2015, and she was just
mhm,
like, you know what? Your name is Liddy. Like you are lit. Like your name is Liddy, and we was like screaming like that's so perfect, that fits me so well. Year later, I'm into fashion and just
mhm.
all things just groovy, futuristic, eccentric, like that's me. And she was just like, you know what, we have to give your name like this aesthetic that basically showcases that other side of you too.
Yeah,
So she gave me Vuitton, like
that's
Louis
what's up.
Vuitton. She just like, you have to put the Vuitton on it. That's like stamping it, and
That's what's up.
then it was
Yeah,
a complete
somebody
name.
gave you the name. Somebody close to you gave you the name too. So it's like it got stamped. It's nothing like
Yes,
it's not the same when
yes,
you kind of like name yourself. It's different when like you grew up with a nickname or somebody gave you a name. So that's dope. That's how that came together.
yes.
That's really cool. Um, okay, so what about like what have been what's been the biggest lesson, hard lesson you think you've learned through like your music journey?
You have to like I said, you have to really protect your energy. People will come, I mean, masking themselves. You never know their true intentions. I mean, they can be right there, if you have something in your hair, picking it out, ready to wipe your tears off your face, and the whole time will never have your best interest at heart. In this industry, there's a lot of people that don't really have a love for it. They just see it as like, okay, if I just put this and this together and do a video, then I can get like this, and I can just get money and fame and stuff like that. So there's people that really don't care to just tag on, hold on to you, just to, kind of pull you down to put themselves up. So I would definitely say protecting your energy is number one, having discernment for people's true intentions. And
Mhm.
because a lot of people can feel like they can give you the right idea, like you need to do this, you need to do that, and if you don't have genuine people that really see the vision in your corner, um, that's like the biggest lesson you could have ever learned. So for any upcoming artists, like that's one thing. Keep it in house, like your family. I mean, you can't always work with family, but you just have a different discernment. You can't always just work with people outside either. You have to
Yeah.
have a discernment. People that's willing to put in the groundwork with you, and
Mhm.
not just you know coming around when they feel like you're going there.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That's a really big one. Um, what about your most proud moment so far? It sounds like you've had a lot of like, especially getting to work with, like you said, certain videographers. You got to go out to LA and work with peers, videographers. So like, what's been like, what one thing has made you the most proud in your music career so far?
I think my most proudest moment, and it's like moments because they have multiple times when I'm able to use my platform to uplift. Like people across the country are inboxing me, telling me how my music has saved them, helped them in times where they just wasn't feeling it, when negative energy was just, corrupting their spirit, like their essence to live. And um, there's moments where I'm so proud because I'm able to use my platform to help other talented friends of mine to basically jumpstart whatever they have going on creative wise. So I will use my platform to let some of my close friends come and perform on
Mhm.
my set, just to showcase that love and that support, because everybody don't have that platform that they can just get on and get in front of an audience.
Exactly.
No matter, the size.
That's what's up. I like how you said there's like multiple too, because yeah,
Mm,
it would be hard to pin down one, I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Um. So in terms of like working with other people, I don't even know if I've heard a song with you like that's a feature on it. Do you do features? Have you worked with any?
Yes, I work with Chow Lee. He's from New York. I worked with him. I worked with Goose, like I said, Goose Rage. I'm on his most of his work,
Okay.
and it's been a few, some unreleased right now, but
Okay.
I've been working with people.
Okay. But like on your projects though, like do you prefer
Oh yes, Ten
to
Cell
work on
Phones. Ten
yourself?
Cell
Yeah.
Phones was a part. Shout out Ten Cell Phones. He was
Okay.
the only feature on Cybertrap.
Got you. Got you. Okay.
Yes.
And speaking of Cybertrap, was that your last project, or have you
That's
done?
my last album.
Okay.
What I decided to do was, I felt like, the futurist that I believe that I am. I basically kind of wanted to go the NFT route before I knew what an NFT was, before NFTs became like so popular. What I wanted to do was, stop hoarding music to then put out a collective tape. I feel like that's so old school. So I'm like, okay, what if I can just I can push out singles, I can push out these timeless songs, pretty, consistent. And I'm an artist, so how can I just, in that energy, when I made that song, I'm
Mhm.
loving it, I'm feeling it, I put it out there, that energy can catapult and, go worldwide, whatever it can do with that song, because I didn't hoard onto it and say, okay, we have to wait to a specific time when I got other songs. It's like, no, if you just put it out there, then now you can pretty much leverage, okay, now merch. What kind of merch can you put behind this? What kind of fire visual, I'm talking about Tyler the Creator level visual, that you can put behind this, to where when now you drop, they know that you're not an artist that's just hoarding music and then going to drop a collective tape. They know you're going to drop a single, and then it's going to come with all these other benefits with it. So it makes it like, okay, when she drop, I know it's fire, I know it's going to have a visual with it, I'm going to listen, I'm going to see, I'm going to feel, pretty much. So that's
So
just like the thing I wanted to do.
that's interesting. So you were thinking about, or maybe you still are. You're saying with every song, basically have like almost like a rollout for every song. Like every song has like
Yes.
maybe a piece of merch, or that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that the way you kind of see? Is that how like fans should expect to get music from you in the future? Like, do you plan on doing projects again, or is that like
um Really, I don't know right now, but I feel like every song, like I'm saying, how I'm breaking it down is every song will be a project, because it's gonna be so many aspects that go behind
oh,
that one single.
I see.
So it's like I'm really breaking it down to, yeah, projects, but it's just not like, we're just not gonna call a project a lot of music that I just kept together.
Exactly.
The
I got
project is really all the art and stuff that can go in it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mhm.
Because obviously like those are your other interests. Because that was one of my other things going to be like what are some of your hobbies like outside of music?
Okay, so my number one hobby is playing dress up. I've been doing this
Really?
since like two, and I love. Yeah, that's like, that feeds my soul. Styling, anything that has
Mhm.
to do with fashion, getting ready. I love the whole thing. So yeah, I would say playing dress up is a big hobby. Painting is another big hobby. Spending time outside doing yoga, that's another one.
Okay. Oh,
Hmm, Hold on, my phone is like
I was gonna say
doing something.
I was wondering if I just lost you on the stream real quick, but no, it's all good. I can still hear you. No worries. Can you still hear me? Oh, all right. Might have to give her a sec to hop back in, y'all. But if anybody has any like questions or anything, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll be sure to ask Litty when we get a chance to get her back in here. Cool. So yeah, I think she's gonna rejoin here in just a second. She just dropped out of the stream. But yeah, for everybody who tuned in, appreciate y'all for being here with us tonight. Again, we got Litty Vuitton in the building. Amazing independent cyber trap artist out of South Carolina. Make sure y'all give her music a listen, whether it's on SoundCloud, follow her on Instagram. Everything is Litty Vuitton. I think it might be Litty _ Vuitton, but if you just type in Litty Vuitton, you'll find her. And yeah, like I said, I've been a fan of her music since I first discovered her. I think in maybe 2018 on SoundCloud, and I just felt like her music was different. It's not often, especially during that time in the SoundCloud era, that you would hear somebody who actually had like a different or like a unique sound. And hers is definitely one of them. And yeah, it's especially if you're into like alternative type of music, or if you just want to switch something up and just add something different to your playlist. Um, as a matter of fact, I want to go ahead and let this new song ride. I actually want to let this song ride from that she was talking about, Velocity. Oh, actually, she's back.
I'm back.
I was just about to let Velocity ride until you got back. I was like,
Oh, that's cute. Listen, I don't know what the craziest thing just happened. It's like my phone just literally shut down and my battery's all the way full.
No, you're good. You're good. Appreciate you hopping back in. We're
Yes.
actually getting close to the end. One of the other questions I had for you was, if you had, like right now, if you had, I don't know, 3 wishes or a single wish for a dream artist you could collab with, who would you make a song with?
Who would I make a song with? I would have to say Drake. It would just have to be Drake.
Okay, I got you. I got
It
you.
would it would have to be Drake.
All right. What about another female artist?
Dream collab. I'm super excited. It's no one that's like famous, but she's famous. She's famous, but she's local pretty much. She's in Greenville,
Okay.
and she is my best friend. Her name is Anna. She go by Swank.
Okay.
I'm very excited to collaborate with her. We just have
Ooh.
this energy. I love to collaborate with people when I have been around them and I know their energy, and I know like, okay, we already make fire with our energy when we're around each other. We just can feed off of each other. So that's the type of connection that I want to have going into collaborating and creating. So I'm very excited to collaborate with her.
That is what's up. And it was Swank?
Yes, Swank.
Swank? Shout out Swank.
Yes, shout out Swank from Greenville, Princess of the Ford.
That's what's up. I look forward to hearing that from y'all. So what else, Litty, before we let you go, what do you want people to know? What do you want to shout out? Any upcoming work, projects, social medias, anything you want to just let people know you got coming up?
All I can say is keep on enjoying life. Like no matter what um situations or things you go through, you have to just still be able to bounce back and keep your mind on the positive things, like the things that you have, the things that other people are not fortunate for, because this is how you stay in that creative zone. This is how you build that confidence in yourself so that you can manifest everything that you actually desire. As far as projects and things, I'm just creating. I am in the middle, like I said, of doing visuals. So you just got to stay tuned and keep rocking with me.
That's what's up. Where can they follow the journey? Like what socials are you most active
You can
on?
follow the journey at Litty _ Vuitton. That is Instagram. Official Litty on Twitter. And then Litty Vuitton on YouTube.
All right, that's what's up. Well, Lydia, I appreciate you coming through on a
Thank
Thursday
you for having
night. Yeah,
me.
no doubt. So, wishing you all the best, and yeah, enjoy your weekend.
You too. Thank
All right,
you.
thanks, Lydia. Talk to you later.
Bye.